Hey guys, this is Ranchin here, bringing you all another StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the first set in Group G on round 32 of the Bigfile MSL. Decided to do this anyway, even though it has been casted by Moletrap already. And even if it's insanely late, I'm going to start casting the round of 16 on Friday. So look forward to that. But for now, Great against C. Great was looking all fired up like crazy at the bottom left-hand corner in white as the Zerg player. C at the upper left-hand corner in blue as the Terran. Of course, this is on Fighting Spirit. Looking forward to this. I love this map. I'm so happy this map is in the MSL. Yay for this map. Going to do a little countdown. 30, 31, 32. SourceFit denied me the intro countdown, so, you know, you try the best. You do your little thing to adapt. Anyway, we're looking forward to this because two players that I enjoy watching. C had an unfortunate early exit in the last MSL despite getting to the round of 16, and he's a guy that, you know, doesn't often get beyond the round 32. We've seen him slump out a lot, but he does seem hot right now. Really does seem to be playing in form right now. So really looking forward to see what he can bring to this MSL. Really looking forward to you know, the action, and of course MBC. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil what happened, but MBC and WeMade, of course, playing in the first round of the Pro League playoffs during the weekend. So exciting stuff all around in StarCraft. The Pro League playoffs will end, and then we'll have MSL and OSL action, and then I think for a very short period of time, for the rest of the summer, there will be a sort of a break in StarCraft. We're just going to see what happens. Initial factory coming out there for C on the opposite side, but do see Great apparently going for a total hatchery here. Setting his drone out to plant down that expansion of his, so he's going to try to play an Expo game. This is, of course, a 4-player map, so this is a fairly safe thing to do. I expect C to actually go for 1 Rex into Expo himself. I've seen Terran's 14cc on this map successfully against Zerg players, so Drone Scout also coming out there for Great, because you're going to need that on a 4-player map. Overlord is not going to be enough, and he was actually sent that Overlord across the map, so he's going to send his drone to the lower right-hand position, and first Overlord to the upper right-hand corner. He's going to take him a little while to spot C, though. C, meanwhile, lucky with the scout right away, managed to spot out Great, seeing what's going on. He used to at one point in the time more call himself Hades. I think most people refer to him as Hades, but since then decided to go with Great, and I like that nickname. It's especially a good nickname if you can kind of manage to show that you are that exactly. 2 drones coming off the line and engaging that SCV a little bit. The SCV still going to stay in there, spotting the scout and get him all the information he needs. SCV coming out apparently to put down the expansion alongside a Marine there, just in case some trouble comes up. Meanwhile, drone scouts continue to mill around there for Great. Still taking him a while to get that scout going. Should be able to spot the command center without too much trouble. Even he should still be able to get that drone out of there. Also putting it down a production hatchery alongside his extractor inside of his base. So gonna go for 2-base strategy. We're gonna see whether this is gonna be some sort of heavy lurker attack from him soon, because I've seen a lot of Zergs do that now. Instead of going for those mutas, going for those heavy lurkers, try to go for Zerg and lurker builds. Seen lair heavy unit builds be very successful in holding Terrans off, holding Terrans to only 2 bases, continuing that constant pressure. And as long as you manage to hold a Terran to 2 bases, meanwhile taking the for Great in this case, taking the lower right-hand corner, and both of those bases there is going to be good positions. The CV still staying in there, waiting for the lair timing right now. We're going to see whether Great decides to put that lair at the natural expansion instead of the main. Of course, making the natural expansion harder to kill off, but once you do lose it, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Academy up alongside that second barracks, which should soon be ready, so we're going to be wondering whether he's going to try to put on some early pressure with those 2 barracks. At the very least, just to force Great to put down a couple of sunken colonies. Still doing a good job of keeping the SCV alive. Only those 2 Zerglings, not quite enough to kill that off. Lair does go down the natural expo, so he's definitely hoping to be able to hold that off in case this does go into the late game. There is, of course, the eternal risk of they're getting killed off when the Terran pushes you, when otherwise, you know, it would be okay to sacrifice a hatchery, but sacrificing your hive is a pretty bad thing to do in the late game, because you're going to need to get a second lair and a second hive right away to get all the tech, especially if you're losing the tech alongside. If you happen to lose certain buildings that you know you can only build, or morph into on hive tech. Second extractor on the way as well. And we're going to see with that lair what exactly he's going to go for. Still don't see any Hydra Den, so this might be a mutable. It might be just a heavy 3-hatch mutable. Try to get as many mutals out there as fast as possible. That second extractor gives me a clue on that. Is CV still staying alive? Zerglings following at this point. One more hit on that. Only one zergling at this point. I think speed's going to hit that, so it might still kill. Few Marines hoping to catch that overlord, but I don't think that's going to be there. Have a few medics out there, so we're going to see what the HiyA. Still not that large a force. Did get a scan off and working on his Zebra right now, so his muted defenses are going to be up. He is going to have a couple of turrets out there, I think, in time. Spire, meanwhile, on the way, so he's definitely going to have the turret timing. And also going for fire bats, so that's interesting. Might have been expecting some sort of ground push from Great. Didn't see any aggressive move coming from it, so going to go for fire bats. I'm wondering when he's actually going to try for a break right away. Does have those Marines coming in very close. No sunken colonies there. Nothing but zerglings, so those fire bats will be perfect against those. 1 second is up, though, so he's going to wait on that, going to heal up. A lot of zerglings be produced, but Great in the moment. Spire halfway done, so he's going to stop with the pressure. Those 2 second colonies did come up, and it did deal a very small amount of damage. I think picked off a few zerglings, did damage one of those creep colonies a little bit. Meanwhile, going to move back home. Got to be careful. Gunning being caught off guard. His ramping completely unprotected right now. Zerglings going to be able to run up that. No problem. Marines just nothing but Marines standing. SCV's coming off the line. Going to be able to blockade. Is he going to be able to get back home? Beautiful block by the SCVs just in time to catch the Zerglings. Great looking a little bit nervous about that. Needs to hurry with his mutalisks out there. Only focusing on Zerglings right now. And using a lot of minerals on that. Has some defense back home with those second colonies, but has to be very careful. Has to do some damage to those troops of C, because he's doing a great job right now getting his factory going. So he's going to start working on science fossils just off these 2 bases. Has weapons, 1 on the way. Stim should be up already, so he's probably working on range at this point. Turrets on the way, and does have enough of those forces back home to hold his opponent back. So he's going to be able to stay in overall good position. Great going to be the guy that has to do the damage here. C can play defensively off these 2 bases. Going to put a bunker up front. This is going to be a help. His turrets are going to be up in way more time, and these Zerglings are going to have a lot of trouble trying to get past that with